I suppose the ultimate fears of the further attempts to go more and more right are being catalyzed by the Republican Party. They're now, well, I think also part of the failures of the Republican Party is also trying to beginning to show itself as well. So, broadly speaking, we all know that this was an inevitability because of Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson trying to differentiate themselves specifically on fucking Israel by trying to go against the grain of the Republican Party, saying that, oh, actually, we also hate Israel about as much as you guys. They have been getting a lot of more media fucking presence as a result. Then I also throw in Candace Owens to this as well, and it's incredibly fucking dangerous because of just how much both parties, not only the Republicans but also the Democrats, have been defending all of the fucking actions of Israel. It has opened a lane for these charlatans, these freaks, to start talking about, well, we also don't like Israel all that much. When in reality, the reason why they do not like Israel is not because they care about Palestinian emancipation. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Not at all whatsoever. In reality, they like everything that Israel is doing in terms of its treatment of the Palestinians. For them, it's about anti-Semitism. They just hate the Jews. That is what it is. So, and if we want to talk about the main problems with Israel, it's not about the fact that they are basically just killing a bunch of Palestinians with the American fucking taxpayer dollars. That's one of the fucking problems, obviously. And besides the fact that they also get a lot of American taxpayer funding in order to subsidize their healthcare and their fucking educational systems. That is also another argument that these people will use and say, like, why are we giving that to Israel? They have their own economy. They can stand on their own 2 feet. They can, like, fuck off with this bullshit. When in reality, we all know why Israel gets what they get is because it's a outpost for the U.S. military-industrial complex within the Middle East. So they always will have a area of influence within the region. That's what it is. Whereas with these motherfuckers, they'll just say it's because of the influence of the Jewish lobby, which is not an accurate statement whatsoever. That is nonsensical and ridiculous. Why don't we just like start going through some of the stuff here, right? So, I mean, I thought this was like very stupid, partially like goofy, I guess. These guys have like a weird random exchange about Nick Fuentes being gay, but then he immediately shows how he is incredibly fucking gay by saying it's all the fault of women for why he's like a fucking incel, because he is an incel. In reality, Nick Fuentes is an incel because he's a closeted homosexual. He is incredibly fucking prissy. He's very gay, and I can guarantee you, as soon as he makes all the money from being a far right weirdo little freak on the internet, he's just going to go around and be like a cosmopolitan fucking homosexual man. Guaranteed.
I'm sorry I called you gay, by the way, but I'm
He's
always, I
gay.
think I'm just too old or something. I'm like, why isn't anyone married? You tell me, why aren't people married?
The economy's stupid.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's the women.
I'm sorry.
No, it's the economy, stupid. No one can afford a house. No one can afford to have kids. People need to be fucking paid to be able to have those things. Like, to be able to get with one another. No one can pay their fucking bills. People have to spend more time working multiple jobs to just pay their fucking bills. That's why nobody is fucking married, you dumb motherfuckers. But we're gonna get into some more of the wacky stuff. Real quick here, we have them talking about the current anti-ICE protests that are going on all across America, objectively fucking based, obviously, simply due to the fact that, these motherfuckers, ICE that is, these Gestapo fucking freaks, just go around and just randomly fucking kidnap people. They love fucking kidnapping people. It doesn't matter. But here's the thing. Like, where you could talk about problems with Israel also randomly fucking kidnapping people and talk about like why Israel is bad because of the state actions that it takes not only against the Palestinians but also against its own people very, very fucking often. If they espouse narratives that the Israeli state deems to not be very fucking good for I don't know, the existence of the state of Israel. A lot of these motherfuckers are going to more so focus on the fact that, oh, it's all about the fucking not anti-authoritarian. It's all about the authoritarianism with these individuals instead. They just want to basically be the main people in power and just make material conditions worse for everyone and go after people's fucking civil liberties. Because I guarantee you, they just want to fucking murder all these fucking protesters. They don't like... Because in reality, these people are okay with the actions of ICE because they both want a white ethno-state. And they see this as a stepping stone towards that. But why don't we take a look? What do we have here?
The other thing I'm really worried about is what's happening at these ICE detention centers, where it's happening not far from where I live in Broadview, Illinois, where they set up an ICE detention facility, and the administration is rounding these people up, which I support, but they're doing it in a very provocative way. They're broadcasting it. They're making hype edits on Twitter of like these raids on apartment complexes, which I think are very cool, but it's somewhat provocative. And Antifa showing up in order to protect ICE.
I think it's really cool that they're doing this. Of course he thinks it's fucking cool. Bro, it's most of your fucking guys who are making those fucking hype edits, you dumbass. Of course you're okay with that. Like, these motherfuckers, they don't care about any of this stuff. In reality, they just want to get rid of the fucking Antifa protesters as well. It's like, as Nick has fucking said himself, he doesn't like the fact that it's too provocative. He would prefer the secret police do their thing way, way, way more in fucking secret. There's no guiding principle for any of these motherfuckers. Again, I'm playing this clip in particular to show to you that he is a liar. He is a freak. He is still the exact same Nazi little fucking loser that he always has been.
The administration's putting DHS. Well, now they're protesting the DHS presence, and the administration of the governor of Illinois and the mayor of Chicago are telling Chicago police, don't help ICE, and they're encouraging protesters. And what I see there is like a level of tension that just keeps increasing. Yes. And there's leadership. There's civilian leadership on both sides. Like the governor and mayor who are Democrats won't back down versus Republican president. There's a security division too, the police versus ICE, the police versus DHS. There's a constitutional question about the federal supremacy. You know, and I see all the ingredients of like a low-boil civil conflict, full-blown civil war. And I'm not that guy, but I see all the ingredients there for that to happen. So I'm deeply concerned about.
Oh, these motherfuckers would love to have a civil war happen because they know that the right wing would have way more fucking guns in comparison to the left, and they would try to use that as a way to take over the fucking country. Guaranteed. These people just want a civil war. That's what these people desire. They just want to conquer the country for themselves so then they can, well, impose their incredibly unpopular will upon everyone else. Consistently.
About where that will go.
How would you handle it if you're in charge? If you're the president, what do you do about that?
I think, maybe this is controversial, but they have to crush the other side. Because you can do one of two things. You can not challenge the left and let them do their thing. Or you can utterly confront them and defeat them and remove hope from the equation. If you resist, you will be arrested. Like, this is an insurrection. There's 10 million people here illegally.
It is not a fucking insurrection. People are exercising their First Amendment rights to protest against the actions of the government. Again, these motherfuckers consistently will lie and pretend that they're, all for free speech. They love free speech. In reality, these motherfuckers have never been for free speech. I don't even know if Nick Fuentes has ever even gone along with that lie. I'm pretty sure he hasn't, and he has said before how he has never been for free speech, and how he's just a fucking charlatan and a liar. But then again, Nick Fuentes, like every other fascist and Nazi, doesn't really actually believe in most of the stuff that he says, and will say and do anything in order to get into power. Fundamentally speaking, he will do anything and he will say anything if it is a stepping stone to be able to get into a position of authority, so then he can put forth his own sort of like will upon people that nobody in reality actually wants.
We're getting them out. You're rioting. You're going to jail too. Like, it has to be crushed. But if you do anything less than that, if you do in the middle, all you're doing is antagonizing and feeding the other side. And if they think there's a chance they can win, they will get bolder and stronger, and they'll start to rally. And that's when it's sort of like people think it's close or like it's contentious. That's when it breathes. That's when oxygen is fed to this kind of fire. So if I were Trump, I would say screw 200 National Guard. Like, arrest the mayor of Chicago. Like, arrest the governor. Shut it down. Like, make it.
They're not going to do that because that would actually cause a civil war. That would make everything fucking worse. Like, for all these motherfuckers, like, you just doing a show of force and crushing the protesters and rioters, you know what that will do? That's going to get way more people out in order to protest way more people would be coming out. Normies would come out in droves to protest. It would be George Floyd 2, the actual insurrection against the government. That's what would happen. People would be fucking pissed if that were to happen. Just not even a show of force, but an actual sort of a use of force against innocent fucking protesters. And for the most part, these people are in costumes and are just making fun of and poking fun at ICE, which is already, broadly speaking, incredibly fucking unpopular. This is a way for them to kill their fucking political movement. So honestly, if they want to try it and basically cause a complete fucking shit show, then go ahead, because I don't think they're going to win that fight. I don't think they're going to win that fight, because everyone is going to be sympathetic to the fucking protesters exercising their fucking rights. And yeah, he is incredibly fucking stupid. Yeah, he hates how showy ICE is, but then he wants to claim there's an insurrection and start arresting Democrats. Almost as if this motherfucker doesn't believe in anything.
Get clear, like Washington, bring in the troops and say the federal government is supreme. The immigration law is the law of the land. If you're not on board with that, you're going to jail. If you attack ICE or box them in with your car, you're going to jail for a long time. Anything less than that, you might as well just...
Whatever happened to fucking states' rights, Nick? I thought you cared about states' rights. Oh, you don't actually care about the fucking states' rights. These motherfuckers consistently will talk about the supremacy of the fucking federal government when it is politically efficacious for them, but also talk about the right of states to go after queer people, to go after immigrants, to go after trans people, if it means that, oh, well, it's in line with my fucking agenda. Complete fucking hypocrisy from these motherfuckers. But here, in terms of talking about specifically why these two motherfuckers, how they talk about their hatred of Israel. They'll talk about it in, Tucker Carlson specifically will talk about it in the sort of way of saving Christians that the Israelis are fucking bombing. Whereas Nick Fuentes, he'll also, I'd have to double check to see what exactly he says, because he's probably toned down his rhetoric significantly. Keep in mind, Nick Fuentes is also the same guy who basically did the not the meme, but like the conspiracy theory about, oh, how could the Nazis have baked that many fucking cookies? This guy is the cookie baker guy, okay? He's the one who fucking did that shit in particular. So again, these people, when they talk about Israel and being anti-Zionist, it's not out of any actual like emancipatory position and a desire for freedom for the Palestinian people. They don't give a shit about the Palestinian people. They're all degenerate fucking brown people who should also be fucking killed. They just hate Jews way, way more than the fucking Palestinians. There's no principle with these people. They are all charlatans. But in terms of talking about how much they despise Zionism, they will talk about Christians instead, right? To just hide the fact that they are incredibly fucking anti-Semitic. But what do we have here?
How do you explain Mike Huckabee, Ted Cruz, and there are a lot like that, John Bolton. I mean, I've known them all, George W. Bush, like the Karl Rove. I mean, all people I know personally who I've seen like be seized by this brain virus, and they're not Jewish. Most of them are self-described Christians, and then the Christian Zionists who are, well, Christian Zionists. Like, what is that? And I could just say for myself, I dislike them more than anybody. Because like what? Because
it's because of evangelicalism. You used to believe in a lot of that shit as well, Tucker Carlson, not that fucking long ago. But you are a chameleon. You are wholeheartedly okay with and just willing to shift into whatever fucking position is ultimately efficacious for you to gain more fucking national prominence. There's a reason why this motherfucker in particular is one of the top fucking podcasts on the planet at the moment.
It's Christian heresy, and I'm offended by that as a Christian. That's why. So I don't, like, why not? Like, I'm pissed at the neocons, very pissed. I've said that a million times. I've been mad since December of 2003 when I went to Iraq. And so, like, I went and hassled.
No, don't lie. No. You weren't pissed since December of 2003. You were pro-Iraq war. He's lying. He became anti-Iraq war relatively recently. He's lying here.
Hassled asked straightforward questions to Ted Cruz because that seems like he's a sitting senator who's like serving for Israel by his own description. He seemed like a worthy target. I'm not going after MTG, who's like the most sincere person. Like, why am I after Ted Cruz? I don't understand.
Marjorie Taylor Greene The reason why she is talking in the way that she is talking about wanting to do more progressive policy is because she is also looking for an avenue out. She knows that the Trump brand is dying and that he himself is also dying. Yup, he did call Iraqis monkeys in that one fucking podcast. I think it was like Bubba something podcast or some shit. Some radio show he was on, he was talking about how the Iraqis are fucking monkeys. Again, charlatan. Same with also, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She'll espouse all these like progressive anti-Israel fucking policies and positions, but that's because she's looking to separate herself from Donald Trump and the broader positions that the Republican Party have right now. She is a liar. She doesn't actually have any anti-Zionist beliefs or principles. It's a lie to these people. They are all fucking charlatans. Nothing that they say can be fucking believed. Same with Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens. All these motherfuckers. But here, would be a bad idea to take Nick Fuentes at his word. Very true. Now that he is gaining popularity and is close to being mainstreamed, I believe that there was like a New York Times article about him, I think, not that long ago, that he does not wish to harm does not wish harm upon others. In just 2024, he made it very clear that if his group ever takes power, perfidious Jews must be put to death. And that's not like, I mean, that's not even some of the this is like a more tame example of some of the fucking bullshit that this dumbass fucking believes in.
I guess the word that I would use, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, is reassurance, because I think there's a legitimate need to reassure people. And this is kind of what I've been doing on these podcasts, that we don't want to harm anybody. We don't want to.
Every time a fascist or a Nazi says that, and they say that all the time, even Hitler fucking said that he doesn't want to harm anybody, it is a lie. It's a lie. Complete fucking bullshit. Taking away people's civil rights and civil liberties, taking away their ability to be able to participate within society is a harm to that person, which is exactly what you want to do. You either want to kill all the minorities, kill the fucking Jews, or and just have a fucking white fucking ethno state. That is ultimately what these dumbasses want when they get into power. That is it. They just want to say all this stuff like, oh, we're for free speech, oh, we don't want to fucking harm anyone, oh, we're actually all for this like a different sort of stuff. Guys, we're also anti-Israel like you guys, we sure do hate Israel. But as soon as they gain power, they immediately flip on a fucking dime and be like, all right, no more civil liberties, free speech is illegal, you're gonna get thrown into jail, we're going to kill all the fucking descendants, Super Crystal Knock 2, Electric fucking Boogaloo, alright, we're fucking killing a bunch of people. Fuck these stupid dumbass motherfuckers. Like, when these people say that, it's a fucking lie.
We don't kill anybody. We don't want to harm anybody.
Right.
We just want to put America first. And I guess,
I'm sure.
You know, to the extent that I've been taken out of context over the years or things like that, I'm trying to set the record straight and say, you know, and I appreciate you've given me this opportunity. These are my real views. I'm not one of those haters.
There is an occult element at the high levels of society.
This was just a year ago. This was a year ago. He's trying to sanitize his position. This is the exact same shit that Richard Spencer did when he was bringing forth the alt-right movement into mainstream fucking prominence around 2014 to 2015. He was cleaning up his position. He was cleaning up his act, putting on a lot of fucking suits like little fucking charlatan freak over here. Nick Fuentes was consistently, in order to basically just push a lot more far right-leaning talking points into the mainstream in order to inoculate people to those positions and to begin to have them agree to that. That is why. Like, it's all a fucking grift for all these people. Do not ever let these charlatans, these complete freaks, run away from their positions, because they are all liars.
And specifically among the Jews, So many of the people that are perpetrating the lies and the destruction on the country, they are evildoers. They are people that worship false gods. They are people that practice magic or rituals or whatever. And more than anything, those people...
Classic of the Nazi, by the way. The Nazi loves very often to believe in the occult, and that the people who they perceive as their political enemies and targets are practitioners of satanic magic, occultism, fucking bullshit, and broadly speaking, want to do anything possible to paint their opponents as not human as much as possible, to give a permission structure to, in the minds of people, to start killing off those, well, people who they deem undesirables.
Need to be, when we take power, they need to be given the death penalty. Straight up. And I'm far more concerned about that than I am about even non-white people or mass migration. These people that are communing with demons and engaging in this sort of witchcraft and stuff, and these people that are suppressing the name.
Pretty fucking obvious and fucking blatant. I don't think there's really any other ways to put it besides, yeah, if Nick Fuentes was to get into power, he would have you carted off in the fucking concentration camp. Like, that's not even a question. But yeah, Brad Plumbo, who's also a bit of a fucking dumbass. And this shit is gonna cause a schism within the Republican Party. A lot of people do not like the shit that Nick Fuentes is fucking selling. However, he's gaining quite a bit in prominence because of all the anti-Israel shit that he is trying to push. Again, we've talked about why he's not actually fucking anti-Israel in reality. The reason why he is anti-Israel is because he hates Jewish people. That is why. In reality, because he doesn't actually give a shit about Palestinian emancipation. He doesn't care. He sees them as like degenerate fucking brown people. And he would also kill them all if he could. That's not even a question. This is an inflection point specifically for the Republican Party. Go further and further right, because that's essentially what Nick Fuentes is saying. Go more and more right, become a fucking Nazi party. If not, be prepared to be left in the dust. Same with motherfuckers like Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, and all these incredibly far-right fucking freaks. This is what you have to do. Like, that is what the pitch that these people are saying. If you don't do this, you will be left in the dust. You will be a dead fucking party. It very similar to what's going on, I suppose, around the world in a lot of these like European countries where they're starting to go further and further to the right. I'm talking specifically about the AfD in Germany, where because of ineffective neoliberal policy and governance, that is generally the reason why, in terms of gaining of prominence, that the far right-wing party, a self-admitted Nazi party, the AfD, is gaining in terms of the amount of prominence that it has within German fucking politics. That is what it is. The days of the moderate sort of Republican and the moderate in general is fucking dead because of just how terrible the material conditions on the fucking ground are for people, and they are desperate for a solution. And the Nazis will offer a solution. It's a lie, obviously. But they're totally okay with telling those lies, like anyone else within the Republican Party, if that means that they are the ones who ultimately gain power for themselves. Don't get it fucking twisted. But yeah, what? Nick Fuentes won. He's mainstream now. The years-long effort, which I participated in, to gatekeep the anti-Semitic hateful freaks out of the Republican Party and conservative movement have failed. You can object to this and leave the Republican Party as I have. No, this was an inevitability of the Republican Party because of just how much further and further and further to the fucking right that they've been going. Along with the fucking goddamn Democrats. It was inevitable that something like this was going to happen and that Nick Fuentes was going to get even more prominence. Like, fucking cope and seethe about it, Brad Palumbo. Like, this was always gonna fucking happen. And it's because of the abhorrence that you guys have always allowed for within the fucking Republican Party. That's what it is. And now we have the Mold Man over here. Our best guy. We fucking love Asmongold. And he's calling for a violent purge of the left when he can't even commit to showering daily to purge the odor from his body. That's really, really funny, dude. Like, he's agreeing now with Nick Fuentes, which was inevitably gonna happen. Quick reminder, Asmongold is also the exact same motherfucker who was defending, well, not defending, who was basically repeating the exact same neo-Nazi fucking talking points to justify the burning of the Institute of Sexology from Magnus Hirschfeld. This motherfucker. So of course he's starting to now agree with fucking Nick Fuentes, because we all know what Asmongold's beliefs are on people who he perceives as his political opponents and people who he also does not like in fucking general. He wants to just see them all get fucking murdered. That's ultimately what it is. People like Asmongold are also okay with the sheer utter abhorrence of the general sort of conservative movement because, well, he's just a miserable little freak who, let's be honest here, I don't even think he has that many fucking friends. I'm gonna be quite fucking real. Who the fuck wants to associate with the roach guy who constantly talks about how people should be shot with live ammunition for engaging in anti-ICE protests, which is their fucking First Amendment right. Is also the same fucking dude talks about how all trans people should basically be fucking killed. None of them should be allowed to exist within fucking society, and is also the exact same fucking guy who has said that the Palestinians are an inferior culture. This is what he got banned for 2 weeks for. How they're an inferior culture, and that Israel is in the right because they are the ones with with more bombs and more fucking military power in comparison to that of the Palestinians. So again, this was inevitable that this guy was also going to, take the mask off and be a fucking Nazi little freak. As much as these stupid motherfuckers love to pretend that he has the moderate position, yeah, dude, because everyone in the United States of America wants to have a purge of perceived leftists or something within the government or something. Like, they're never really clear in terms of what the policy is because it's supposed to be inherently unclear. So they have justification to go after anyone that they perceive to be their political opponents. What do we have here from the fucking Mold Man?
This is controversial, but they have to crush the other side.
Oh.
Yeah, of course this guy loves this.
That's right. Oh, that's right. 100 fucking %. Absolutely.
Damn, so much for caring about the First Amendment, caring about the fucking country that you pretend to fucking love. Hey, you want to fucking deport a non-American ICE? Here's a non-American for you idiots to deport. It's fucking Asmongold, this complete other charlatan and freak.
You have to, because you can do one of two things. You cannot challenge the left and let them do their thing.
And then they're going to just run you over, and eventually when they get power, they're going to crush you.
Or you...
Nonsense. Nonsense. It's fucking nonsense. These people are all fucking freaks. They are freaks. They are complete, utter fucking charlatan. It's non-fucking sensical. Of course he agrees with everything that fucking Nick Fuentes is, because it was inevitable for Asmongold to eventually just take the mask off and just become a fucking little Nazi little freak, given all the shit that he's been saying. Again, what leftists and what communists and socialists are currently in power? Basically none of them. It's nonsense.
You can utterly confront them and defeat them. And
destroy them completely. Destroy everything about them. Put the mayors in jail. Put the governors up on the Insurrection Act for sedition. Put all the people that were doing the shit in front of the detention centers. Put them in
See? He's just a demon. These are the exact same points. He's repeating the exact same points. as Nick Fuentes is. He's just a Nazi. At this point, and I don't give a shit about, like, all of you stupid little fucking freaks are gonna be like, no, he doesn't actually think that. No, he's a moderate. Trust me, this is what people actually really want. Yeah, because that's what you're listening to in your fucking echo chamber, you fucking freaks. Like, you just want to fucking kill off a bunch of people. Like, that's it. You want to deport them, you want to arrest them, you want to fucking murder all of them, you want to throw a bunch of people into fucking camps. That's ultimately what you want. Like, spare me it, motherfuckers. Like, and you people wonder why. Normies, liberals, lefties, everybody fucking hates people like you. Oh, because you motherfuckers say shit like this.
Mandatory prison labor camps, any of them that are violent, authorize the police officers to respond with violence to them, immediately, completely shut it down, bring in the military if you need to, bring in the National Guard, do whatever you need to do, look and find out who's funding this, take those people, charge them with incitement for terrorism, put them in Guantanamo.
No evidence for any of this stuff. I guess we should also advocate for these people to get fucking tortured. Please, Asmongold. For all this talk about how you think you're a real fucking American, no the fuck you're not. Your dumbass would have been for the Redcoats during the American fucking Revolution. Your dumbass would have been fighting for the fucking Confederacy, if you were even born in the fucking North. Like, you motherfucker, this fucking complete little fucking freak is as anti-American as it fucking gets. Yeah, this bitch can't even fucking order pizza on the phone because he'd be too nervous about all the motherfuckers smelling the completely, just utterly wretched, terrible fucking smells that are coming out of his fucking house.
Guantanamo Bay. Like, I'm talking about scorched earth, Old Testament. Get them the fuck out. That's what I would do. Thank God. Super prison? Yeah. So basically the Republic is dead? No, the Republic is alive. An election...
No, that's how you killed the fucking Republic. That chatter is correct. That's how you killed the Republic. What Asmongold also wants, like this little fucking gay fucking cosmopolitan little freak, Nick Fuentes here, he also wants a fucking white ethno-state. These motherfuckers just want white ethno-states. Complete fucking nonsense.
...was held, and the will of the people is being upheld.
Except that it's not. Everything that ICE is doing, everything that Trump is doing, and everything that Nick Fuentes advocates for is incredibly fucking unpopular. Will of the fucking people. You spit on the will of the people by talking about how you want to call for the Insurrection Act for the arrest of J.B. Pritzker and Brandon Johnson, the fucking mayor and governor of Chicago and Illinois, respectively. No one would be for that. Everyone would be against it. Except for all of the gaggles of losers and freaks that are hovering around Trump and motherfuckers like yourself. No one would be for that. Everyone would come out against that. Even most moderate Republicans would probably be like, yeah, I don't fucking think so. I don't think that's fucking happening. Like, fuck off with this bullshit. Like, no.
Remove hope from the equation. If you resist, you will be arrested.
That's
like
right.
we're just this
exactly.
isn't
Yes. Make it to where there is not even a possibility that you're going to get away with it.
Nazi. He's
insurrection.
just a Nazi.
There's
hold up.
from the equation. If you resist, you will be arrested. Like we're just this is an insurrection.
That's right.
There's 10 million people here illegally. We're
Yep.
getting them out. You're rioting. You're going to jail too.
Done. Finished. Fuck them.
Fuck you. People like this should be fucking deported. Deported to Russia. Go to Russia. That's exactly what you want. Go to fucking Russia. Okay, bye. Off to Russia. Get out. Get out. Out. No one wants you here. Nobody wants you. Everyone fucking hates you. The only people who like freaks like Asmongold are just his, like, stupid little motherfucking weirdo fucking fans. These gross incel fucking freaks and weirdos. Okay, bye. No one wants you here. Everyone fucking hates people like you. Because for all of this talk, for all of this fucking tomfoolery about, I don't know, how the left is causing everything to be more violent, you already fucking agreed with and believed in all those positions. You're just being more open about it because you think that the permission structure is there right now because of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. No, that's nonsense. Everyone, even most fucking liberals, most people on the fucking left were talking about how what ultimately happened to Charlie Kirk was bad, but they're not going to like bitch and moan and complain and pearl clutch to people who are celebrating his fucking death, because Charlie Kirk was actually that fucking bad. And that's the only reason why he says the things that he says. This guy is fundamentally anti-American, and he is a fucking Nazi. So yeah, okay, bye. Go off to Russia you go. You probably have a much better time in fucking Russia. Get deported over there. They have exactly what you fucking want over there. If you're a fucking immigrant, get automatically deported. You're gonna get fucking jailed for wanting to have some form of civil liberties. Fuck that. Nope, you can't have that. Gotta have be fucking thrown in jail. Or I don't know. Maybe Asmongold would not want to move to Russia because he'd probably be too afraid of being pressed into war against the fucking Ukrainians. He'd probably be conscripted or some shit. Like, again, miserable fucking freak.
Like, it has to be crushed.
Yep.
But if you do anything less than that, if you do
authoritarianism, it's not authoritarianism. It's called the law.
No, you fucking moron. That's authoritarianism. It's not the law. There is no justification for the Insurrection Act being called. That's not the law. This is whatever bastardized, idiotic interpretation that you have of the law. Because in reality, you are just an authoritarian. You are a far-right fucking little freak. Freak! Yeah, that's a great point, Boy Meets Mini. ICE is literally stopping people from going to legal immigration court hearings. Exactly. They have detained a bunch of people from following the law, Asmongold. So you want them to follow the fucking law? All of these migrants are following the law. They are doing what they are supposed to do in terms of the fucking law. But now you want to fucking deport all of them. Charlatan. He's a freak. No, he just wants a white ethno-state. That is it with people like Asmongold. He just wants the whiteys to be the ones on top. That's it.
I'm not trying to invent a new law. I'm saying we apply the existing laws to the people that are breaking them.
Well, that's exactly who's breaking the fucking laws. No one's breaking any fucking laws. Every single judge, every single federal court judge, every single time these things get fucking appealed, there have been constant failure after 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 failure in terms of the actions the Trump administration is doing with what he's trying to do with the National Guard, with ICE, and all of these fucking goddamn fucking freakish weirdo fucking agencies that he is trying to utilize and press into doing immigration fucking enforcement. Every motherfucking court has been saying it is illegal and that he has to stop. But the only reason why this is even allowed to continue is because there's another party that's supposed to put up a resistance to this. And they're doing fucking nothing about it. Thank you, fucking Democrats. And, you know, not neo-Nazi Nick Fuentes thanks Asmongold and XQC for pushing their audience in the right direction. Very, very cool. What is this?
Did you see the clip from Asmongold saying he'd be interested in doing a stream with you? Have you spoken to him since the legendary Trainwrecks debate stream? He also said his mom used to watch your show before she passed.
Really?
Holding hands emoji.
Well,
That's true.
nice. I really
Damn, I guess his mom was a fucking Nazi then. Crazy.
pray for him since his father passed.
Well, it's
I can't
appreciated.
imagine how
Thank
tough
you.
That is. So I'm really
What a
with
nice
him in that
guy.
way. I'm praying for him and his father.
He's just a Nazi, man. Like, there's no other way to put this besides Asmongold is a fucking... It's like, performance. It's nonsense, dude.
Father also and his family. But no, I haven't spoken with him since Trainwrecks. It'd
yeah.
be great to do. I don't know how we would set that up.
Especially on
Maybe
Twitch.
I'll reach out to him.
No, his father died recently. Also, no, Nick Fuentes is not on Twitch. He's permanently fucking banned off of the platform.
I don't want to be too forward, but I'd love to do a stream with Asmongold.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
That would be
He's
funny.
very good. I think he's one of the better streamers that's at the top right now.
That's appreciated.
You
Wow,
got,
what a
like-
nice guy.
You got Hassan.
Oh,
he's
God.
terrible. XQC, I think he's the biggest streamer in the world right now. He's
XQC's the guy.
one of the finest ones. I think
The only reason why they're even saying this is because of the fact that they're all doing the fucking right-wing fucking pivot. XQC and also fucking Asmongold. Well, Asmongold is now doing his white nationalist pivot, it seems, in going further down the fucking rabbit hole. By the way, I can't wait to see when this motherfucker inevitably fucking backpedals on all this bullshit when it becomes efficacious for him to do as such. You can't fucking backpedal from this position. You can't. You can only go further down the fucking rabbit hole, buddy. There is no way out of this. People are only going to remember you for the fucking far-right, fascistic, little fucking white nationalist freak that you are. That is getting all this praise and adulation from Nick fucking Fuentes, the same guy who pushed the fucking 6 billion, not billion, but million cookie baked conspiracy theory.
I think he's really pushing people in a good direction. Kind of reminds me of PewDiePie in that way.
Back in the day.
Very, responsible. Yeah. And I'm not trying to glaze, but I don't know that Asmongold is 100% ideologically aligned, but he seems to be.
Oh, he is. We've seen the clips. He's ideologically aligned. This guy would be a sig-heiling little fucking freak back in the 1930s. 1,000 fucking percent.
Be, just generically a good guy and responsible with this platform. So
I try to be.
I would love to talk.
What a
to
nice
him.
guy.
Henry.
And it's insane. It's gotten to the point. I didn't think it would be this fast. I'll be quite honest. I thought that Asmongold would probably be a little more measured, maybe potentially calculated about this, but nope. Fucking self-identified moderate. Palling around with a fucking Nazi. Self-identified moderate. Who's advocated for the murdering of fucking protesters. Who's advocated for the military fucking crackdown on protesters. On people's First Amendment rights. Moderate, by the way, who has advocated for the murdering, for the genocide of fucking Palestinians because they're an inferior culture. Moderate, by the way, who has advocated for the killing off of fucking trans people. That's what it is. That's what it is. 1,000 fucking percent. It's complete fucking buffoonery. It's just nonsense, dude.
Riadam sent $100.
Yeah, what a nice guy. Yeah, I appreciate it, Nick. And yeah, I remember, bro, I remember walking in, my mom was listening to Nick, and this is back in the day. This is 2020, 2021, right? And so, yeah, she was in it. She was in on it on the ground floor. I do really appreciate it. Thank you.
Genuinely fucking insane. Final fucking Asmongold clip. Just a little quick one, right? Asmongold says that America is rightfully white people's land. No. If we want to talk about it being rightfully a particular person's land, it is not rightfully white people's land. People went on there and fucking colonized it back forever ago and killed off all of the fucking natives. Again, he is doing his white nationalist fucking pivot. That's what I'm going to say here. Asmongold is becoming a white nationalist.
And so that's it. America is not white people's land. That's Europe. Well, it is. It is. It absolutely is white people's land. We fought a war over it. Duh. It got.
Which war? Against the Native Americans? What do you mean? What, the Trail of Tears? Manifest Destiny? Those were policies done by the government of the United States of America trying to colonize out further west. That's not a fucking war. You got into skirmishes with fucking tiny native tribes and used superior technology to fucking kill people. Yeah, a series of hundreds of genocidal wars over 400 years. By the way, all the fucking native tribes were not warlike tribes. They were willing to work with the fucking colonists and had no problem working with the fucking goddamn colonists. The only time when the natives put up resistance against the colonists was when they were fucking getting their land taken and their fucking environments were getting fucked with. That's why. So, again, you shouldn't really expect any less from this dumbass motherfucker who consistently makes right arguments. He just wants to kill a bunch of people. That's it. That's it with Asmongold.
Conquered. What? Absolutely it is. It's been our land for hundreds of years. Of course. Obviously.
Damn, and it's been Native Americans' lands for tens of thousands of years. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Huh? That's not how that fucking works. But if that's like the sort of argument you want to make, whoever was on the land for fucking longer, by that case, then all the fucking land should be given back to the Native fucking Americans with this fucking logic. A complete utter nonsense. But yeah, this is what's happening right now. The mainstreaming of fucking Nick Fuentes. We're going off. We went off on a little fucking tangent on Asmongold because he's doing his fucking white nationalist pivot. Very, very important to also talk about that as well. But yeah, this is the broader byproducts and consequences of the mainstreaming of fucking Nick Fuentes, where now you're getting some of the biggest fucking streamers, or one of the biggest streamers on the fucking platform of Asmongold, openly fucking praising and wanting to collaborate with Nick fucking Fuentes and agreeing with his fucking points about being a fucking far-right, fascistic, little fucking white nationalist freak. These people are charlatans. They are freaks. Everything that they say should not be fucking believed should not be believed under any circumstance, and should be actively pushed back against as much as possible. These people will kill you. They will see your family suffer and fucking die if they could. They are, terrorist fucking infidels. Absolutely, Boy Meets Mini. And should be fucking deported from the fucking country. Because Asmongold likes to pretend that he is the moderate. That is a lie. He believes in the most idiotic fucking fringe, stupid fucking conspiracy theories. The most stupid of wild fucking beliefs and policies. And for what purpose exactly? Oh, just because he's a fucking grifter and a fucking goddamn motherfucking freak. He's a dude who doesn't believe fundamentally in much of anything. Believes in fucking nothing. He just wants to see people who he perceives as his political enemies suffer. That is it. There is no rapport that you can have with people like fucking Asmongold and people like Nick fucking Fuentes. They are all white nationalist, Nazi, fascistic little fucking freaks. And everything that they say and everything that they do should be actively be pushed back against. Same with fucking Tucker Carlson. We can also throw that dipshit into all of this as well. Like, it's actually fucking insane. Yeah, he also didn't care about his mom's fucking health. She died of COPD in his fucking house that he refused to clean because he was playing too much World of Warcraft. Again, charlatan. These people are freaks. They believe that they think that they have the fucking moderate position, when in reality, no, they don't. They are liars, and they are all fucking full of it. Do not believe any of these charlatans. Do not believe any of these freaks whenever they espouse any of their fucking positions. They are liars and are just willing to say and do anything possible in order to gain power and basically cause, well, more and more people who they perceive to be degenerates and their political opponents to suffer. That's it. They are Shaitan, Boy Meets Mini, 1000%. But yeah, I don't think there's really much else to say besides the mainstreaming of Nick Fuentes is something that should alarm everybody.